Good evening, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving from your National Weather Service here in Amarillo. I'm Joanne Kuehlen, the Warning Coordination Meteorologist, with an update on our expected or possible winter weather situation heading into this weekend. So we are looking at still some snow potential, continuing to favor especially the northern panhandles. A wintry mix may occur the further south you go through the Texas Panhandle. We are looking at the main timing for this to be from Friday night through Saturday. There could be some light winter weather occurring as early as Friday morning in the northwest panhandles, but the main impacts still look to be later Friday night and then through the day Saturday. And we are looking at colder conditions this weekend. Some locations may not rise above freezing until Sunday, and that's especially the case in the Oklahoma Panhandle. So taking a look at the wind chills tonight, it's going to be pretty chilly out there, especially if you're going to wake up early and hit the stores early in the morning. Our lowest wind chills look to be around 6 to 8 a.m. with single digits in the northwest and then around 20 to the mid-20s in the rest of the panhandles. And it won't really warm up too much, conditions won't, at least on Friday. These are the highest wind chills we're looking at for Friday. And you can see that in the Oklahoma and northwest Texas panhandles, we're going to stay pretty chilly with it feeling like 18 to 20 degrees out through most of that area. As you get to the southern parts of the panhandle, it looks like it's going to be feeling closer to the upper 20s and then the lower 30s, and back in the far southeastern parts of the panhandle, it's going to feel in the upper 30s. So still a chilly day on Friday. Now we're going to get into the main part of the winter part of the forecast. We are still looking at a system that should come across the area starting Friday, late Friday into most of the day Saturday. The probability for at least 1 inch of snow is still greatest in the Oklahoma panhandles, and it tapers as you get to the Texas Panhandle and then into the southern parts of the Texas Panhandle. So these are the probabilities of at least 1 inch of snow on Saturday. The main timing being late Friday night through Saturday night. And again, these probabilities will likely change, so you want to keep up to date with the latest forecast. So what does this mean? We are looking at some winter weather impacts for this weekend. The graphic here shows the likelihood of impact, with the red colors being the highest and the blue colors being the lower impacts. So from Saturday morning through Saturday night, the highest impacts look to be across the Oklahoma panhandles, especially across the eastern parts of the panhandles. But we will see, at least 40 to 50% or higher impacts across much of the northern Texas Panhandle and the Oklahoma panhandles. So what does this mean? Falling snow can lead to reduced visibility. You could have slick roadways and slick sidewalks, so be careful if you're venturing outside. And of course, some potential road conditions where snow is sticking to the roadways. And again, this will also change as well, so keep up to date if you're traveling with the latest forecast information. So this is the onset times of winter weather for tomorrow. Light winter weather may be possible in the northwest Oklahoma panhandles as early as 7 a.m. on Friday morning. But this should be very light, and impacts are not really supposed to be expected until another round comes through after 5 p.m. So we're looking at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. as the possible onset times in the northwest parts of the panhandles, 7 to midnight across the central parts, and then 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Through much of the rest of the panhandles. So what do we know about this versus what we don't know? There's still a lot of uncertainty about how this winter weather will play out. What we know is that colder weather and winter weather are most likely to affect the panhandle starting late Friday and continue through Saturday. Most likely locations of seeing impacts and accumulating snow is across the northern panhandles, but again, that can change. We know that precipitation will eventually be all snow, but when will there be a transition and how long is there a transition is still a question. So what we don't know is where there'll be some warmer air or drier air that may hamper what the precipitation type is or how much we get of any one precipitation type. Where will there be a frontal boundary set up, which may differentiate between getting snow, freezing rain and drizzle, maybe even some sleet in there. And how quickly will that changeover be? So this will affect, again, precipitation amounts. So there's a lot still that we don't know. There is a potential that there could be, some freezing rain or freezing drizzle, especially as you get into the eastern and southeastern parts of the Panhandle. So that's something we're watching as well. So what can you do? What next? You basically just continue to check back for the latest weather forecast. We are always posting graphics on our webpage at weather.gov/AMA. Or you can see those graphics also on our Facebook page or our X or Twitter account as well. If you are traveling and you want to know road conditions, these are the locations on the web or their phone numbers that you can call for Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, as those three areas will have most likely the greater impacts of seeing some winter weather as we go over the next day or two. And with that, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and ate a lot of great food and had a great time with your family. And we are always here at the Weather Service, thankful for you and here to serve you any way we can.